Mercedes-Benz has AMG, BMW has M Sport, and Fiat has Abarth. And not quite so well known is Honda's motor racing engine tuner, Mugen. Within the last couple of years, it was responsible for tuning a Civic saloon in Japan called Type R. And now one has been developed for us Europeans too. Say konnichiwa to the Civic Type R Mugen, a self-titled super hatch. Each one will be hand-built in the UK, and all owners can experience some sort of involvement in the building process of their car. It looks how a Civic Type R would look if it took up bodybuilding. So its rear spoiler has grown to an unnatural height. It's shaved a third of its weight off these 18-inch alloys, and it's grown a mean front end with this Mugen badge tattooed on like a gangland tag. Inside, there's not a lot that says this Honda is special. It's still very much the civilised Civic, with big-winged Type R embossed seats and the usual array of equipment. For £5,000 though, you could have the track day kit option, where you get Recaro seats and harnesses. And for another £1,000, you can get 3 extra gauges and data recording equipment. Mugen-tuned engine has been on offer in a Honda road car, and here it's 20% more powerful than the Type R with 237 bhp, and that's thanks to new pistons, camshafts and a new engine management system which can be adjusted to suit each customer's driving style. There's been a slight reduction in the overall weight of this car, and that helps its 0 to 60 time of 6 seconds, which is half a second quicker than the road-going car. Those 2 big exhaust tailpipes are noisy enough to remind you that you've got something a little bit special underneath you. And the volume increases as the VTEC kicks in at 5,800 RPM, and it doesn't stop until 8,500 when you have to change gear. Gearbox is Honda's quick shifter and is the next best thing to the short, sharp throws of the wonderful S2000's gearbox. The ride is definitely firmer than the standard cars, and you get bounced about quite a lot. Also, the front spoiler, which is wonderfully low and fabulous for aerodynamics, does scrape over uneven surfaces. Not only has Mugen made this car quicker in a straight line, but it claims to make it go round bends faster too. This Honda now has custom-designed suspension parts and a limited slip differential. All of which means it's got more grip, because the torque and power gets sent to the wheel that's best connected to the tarmac throughout the corner. Now the chassis is fantastically agile. You can flick it left, right on a twisty track with ease, but the steering is a little bit too oversensitive. So a long, fast, sweeping circuit will suit this car better and give you better access to those high revs and high speeds. The data box looks the part, but it only records information from oil and water gauges. I was expecting a lap timer and acceleration readouts for the extra £1,000. Apart from having a few squeaks from the dashboard, which is par for the course for this pre-production model, this car definitely feels more like a racing car than the standard Type R. The suspension is just so firm and it skips about a bit. Squealing of the tyres, typical front-wheel drive stuff, but that limited slip diff at the front eliminates a reasonable amount of understeer. You still do get that though, but there's a lot more grip at the front end than in the road car. And so there are a couple of key points left. First is the price, £38,599. Yes, you do get that Mugen engineering, but for that sort of money, you could have a sublime handling road and track car like a BMW 3 Series or a Porsche Cayman. And secondly, only 20 will ever be made. Now, it took just 6 minutes for all 300 Civic Saloon Mugens to be sold in Japan, so there are some serious fans out there, and you will need to be one to buy this car.